Hey guys, Voltron here. Today I'm going to, well, first of all, sorry I haven't been making as many videos recently. I've been pretty busy, and I think I've already told you I was gone over the weekend, and I was gone some of the days last week doing different stuff with the different organizations I'm in, and this week hasn't really been that busy, but I've been too lazy to make a video until the day that I actually have, that I had stuff with band. If you're in jazz band, well, most people in band, you know what I'm talking about, at Blackburn. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put some more fuel into the fire of the greatest of all time conversation in basketball. Got you going, Blake, right? Thinking, unless you saw the title, with, Tom Brady or Joe Montana. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that probably for a couple of weeks at least. So I'm going to talk about the LeBron James and Michael Jordan debate that I didn't really know much about. So, if you look at, there's been a lot of stuff, especially this year, with LeBron James and Michael Jordan about who is the greatest of all time. And I've seen some stuff, and I have some new opinions that favors LeBron quite heavily. I mean, I don't think he's there yet. But when he gets in the top 10 of rebounding, and if he passes Michael in points, I think he's got it. So I'm just going to start with some facts. Is LeBron, he came straight out of high school. A 19-year-old was expected to make this much of an impact to a NBA franchise. That's insane in my opinion. That basically you're saying this NBA franchise says, alright, we're going to draft you, the greatest player of this generation, and you got to carry this team for the next couple of years. So LeBron, 19 years old, so I'm just going to compare at different ages. At 19 years old, LeBron is playing, or has been drafted by the Cavaliers, first overall pick. He averages 39 minutes a game for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do you know where MJ was? Michael Jordan was at the University of North Carolina, averaging less than 20 minutes per game. Yeah, big difference. When you're playing, by the way, the games per year, Michael was playing maybe roughly 35 games per year, while LeBron was playing, if you include postseason, at least 90 against more athletic guys. Well, not necessarily more athletic, but yeah, just tougher players in general. And yeah, and if you really think about it, you might say, well, if Michael had entered the NBA at 19, then that would have been different. No, it wouldn't have. If Michael entered straight out of high school, I honestly don't think he would be a first rounder. That sounds like a pretty big statement. I don't think he would be a first rounder. And LeBron was the first overall pick straight out of high school. I think if you look at his stats and just his overall progression, Jordan had to learn the game a bit better in college before he could go pro. He wouldn't have had near the success as he did if he just went straight out of high school into the NBA. Next, a lot of people talk about games. How many games you play. LeBron has taken off 6 this season, which, in my opinion, really isn't that much. The fact that he's not injured or anything, that's not that many games. Only 6 games. If he takes out one more, that's 7 games in an 82-game season. Just pretty long season. And basketball is still very physically demanding, so I don't see any problem in this. Plus, if you look at how many minutes he's played already over 100 or over 1,000 minutes more than Michael Jordan did in his entire career, and LeBron has at least 5 more years to play in the NBA, unless he has health issues, which I think he's had 2 minor injuries in his career, which is insane. Jordan, so Okay, this is what the games part is. A lot of people criticize LeBron for, he's taking off 6 or 7 games this season. Michael, he took off 2 years to play baseball, but I mean, let's be honest, guys. Half of baseball, you're sitting on the bench unless you're up to bat, which majority of the time you don't hit the ball. Is you don't move past home plate. And even when you're like playing defense, more than half the time, no one hits the ball. Well, I mean, no one hits the ball on a specific play, so it's not like you're running up and down the court for 30 plus minutes per night and just stretching yourself out and all that. So Michael had 2 years to take off of basketball emotionally and physically. And then you might say, okay, that's not that great for Michael. Alright, that was a one-time thing. No, it wasn't. When he retired the second time? I actually didn't learn this till like this year, or 2016, but like in the past year, is that Michael retired 3 times. So whenever he retired with the Bulls the second time, he took 3 years off, I think, before he went to Washington to play for them. Which is another thing that's kind of like, so after one three-peat, after going to the finals 3 straight years, so that's playing almost above 100 games in a season, which is insane. It's, a lot of games. He had to retire once, and then he went to the NBA Finals again, three straight times, and he retired again to get another year and a half off. You know what LeBron does? He takes off 6 games after going to 6 straight finals, and I honestly think because of how much he turns it up in the postseason, 7 straight NBA finals, which is insane because just getting there, like even if you're swept, that's still 100 games at least, unless you just sweep every single team, which the Cavs can probably do if they try super hard. And if you just look at overall production, LeBron is the only player in NBA history to average 25 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds for consecutive seasons. So he's been in the NBA 13 or 14 seasons. Guess how many seasons in a row? I think 14. He's been in the league 14 seasons. The first year he didn't do this. But ever since his sophomore year in the NBA, he's averaged at least 25 points, 8 assists, and 8 rebounds. Do you know who's second on the list? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who had 11 consecutive seasons, and then Michael had 10 consecutive seasons where he averaged that. And I mean, well, no, not Michael. Who was it? Magic. I forgot who it was. It was Wilt. Kareem. They were second and third, and then LeBron has done that for that many seasons. LeBron, I mean, I don't think he's quite there. I think he's 7th in scoring now. Michael's 3rd. If he can bring Jordan down to the 4th spot of scoring and LeBron, get to the 3rd spot, heck, I think if LeBron passes Kareem, there's no argument left for Jordan, because he's already going to be in top 10 in rebounds. He's probably going to be top 10 in assists, which is insane. But I don't know, I might also make a video where we need to stop comparing them, which is kind of ironic. So I really like the argument and all that, and I'm just going to end this video with the typical thing. So, bro.